What's going on? Another week, another geek. We're back at it with another episode of the Why I'm Geek Show, episode 170. 170 ball, and you got your boys AJ and ChrisyLite here to talk some solo leveling. Chris, how you feeling today, Brody?
A pretty rough one, man.
Bro, yelled at me.
I I was a little sick this weekend, and I was pounding medicine, sleeping, drinking water. I didn't. I should have.
Oh.
Probably should have. But I was doing everything possible to get ready for this week. Even yesterday, I went to bed really early because I was like, "Dang, I don't know if I'm gonna make the pod." But it's solo leveling time, so I'm here. So how you doing, G?
I'm good, bro. I'm excited to get into this. I've been wanting to talk about solo leveling for so long, and I feel like now is the perfect time to really have a conversation about it real quick, because we talked about it before on the show. I've talked about it as far as my what I'm geeked about every week.
Yep.
It's always finds its way in there. And Chris, you're actually way ahead read in the manga, so this is going to be interesting. See and test your skills and not spoiling. But I'm
gonna slip up today.
Nah, don't do it. But yeah, man. So I guess because it's like, this is not the last episode, right? We got another one.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, we got some more.
I don't think
to
it
go.
is. Yeah.
It's like I think they released the official episode list, but I don't like looking at that stuff, because even then I'll be feeling like I'll be getting spoiled. So but we're at a somewhat of an impasse as far as like, we've been looking at this tower for a long time and waiting for Sung to really go and conquer that joint, and we finally got to see that happen. So for me, I gotta start out with this, bro.
Yeah, go ahead and give it to me. I know you watched it this weekend, so
I watched it twice. I watched this episode twice, but I went back and rewatched like 3 episodes back just so I could really get the feeling of what it was like to watch it all in succession. So first thing I want to ask you is, how often do you watch like an anime episode per week? Like the same, like the new one. Like, do you watch it and then rewatch it again when it comes out, or you watch it just
I
once?
normally don't rewatch it.
Me too.
I normally don't rewatch it.
Me too. So with that being said, the fact that I watched this joint, I knew I was gonna watch it like multiple times. I've watched the fight like so many times. Like,
gotcha.
Like it's so much going on, but for me to want to go back and rewatch, I'm like, dang, I don't think I've ever done this like in a long time. Like, usually what happens is I watch the show each week, and then after it's over, I'll go back and watch the dub all together, because usually the dub.
True, I have done that too.
Out by then. That's what I'm doing with Lulak right now. So to see Sung just go crazy for like 8 weeks straight, I'm like, yo, this is a generational run, Chris. How are you feeling about just like the
caught in the wave?
No, bro, it's not a wave. It's facts.
Caught in the wave.
It's facts. How do you feel? How do you just feel about like this season so far?
He's so strong, bro. He's just so strong, and I get why everyone really likes it, because of how strong he is, how cool he is. And the animation just goes hand in hand with his like power level of like, this guy is really it. And he's
broken, bro.
Almost every few episodes, he's at another tier, another rank. And it's like, dang, he's really getting strong. And I think that's refreshing, because a lot of other things, it's like a slow build up, very slow. But I mean, especially after this episode, I don't know how it felt like for you, but it felt like, is he actually prepared to do this? Like, this man tough. Like, this man look,
bro rolled in on a dragon, bro.
Came in on a dragon from the sky out of nowhere.
To be specific.
Oh, gotcha. True.
Technically not a dragon, but dragon like Beast or whatever. But continue.
And then he summoned like a whole army of demons himself. I was
Yeah.
like, yo, I don't know. Maybe you should go solo level a little more.
Yeah.
But it's just I definitely see the hype. I definitely get why so many people are loving solo leveling, and especially after this episode, why everyone went crazy. And I saw so many freaking YouTube videos of like peak and the best. Like I was like, I get it, y'all.
I'm Geeked. Okay. So
did you think it was peak?
Let me just say this, right?
He's smiling hard right now.
Let me just say this, bro. Sung Jin-woo might have the most aura out of anybody ever in anime, bro. I'm gonna just say it like that, cause I've never like, and the only reason why I'm saying aura, cause I usually don't even talk like this, right? Only reason why I'm saying aura is because that's what they say in the show or in the anime. They talk about his aura and his magical presence and like all these things, like who is he? Why he doesn't smell? Like all these different things is everybody reacting to how strong he is, right?
Yeah.
Or just him surprising them by, you know, like showing up on TV and stuff like that. And it's like, yo, that he's the first S-rank hunter to awaken in the last like 2 years or something like that. So it's like they are farming this man so hard, and it's like I thought I would have been tired of it by now, but it's like, nah, this man is really like that, bro. Like, you know, like I feel like, you know, I really feel like Shannon Sharp, bro. You know, KFC, UFC, NFC, Lakers at 5, bro. Like, that's what it really feel like every week, bro. And I'm just like, yo, this is nuts. Like, and what's crazy is that the part everybody loves is the animations and seeing like all the fights and stuff like that. But the story, and as far as like how they're drip feeding where we're going, is so good as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think as far as like a being able to hit on a animation and fight an exciting portion every week is one thing, but when you have a story that's just as interesting, as far as like, you could go a whole bunch of different ways. You can go literally like, okay, you got the whole guild storyline where they're trying to recruit this man. You got the whole Monster Island that we haven't been back to since I don't know how long, but it's finally making its reappearance into the story. And then Jin Woo's whole legacy as far as like, what is he? Like, just being a player.
More public.
Yeah,
and,
like
people learning about him or
right.
Like you said, catching wind, like, yo, this guy is really strong.
Yeah. And it's like even what's his name? Even Beck Yin Woo, the leader of the Tiger Guild, he was like, yo, like it was one thing back then, you know how strong he is, but he's gotten even stronger. And I'm like, is he the first person that can actually keep getting stronger over time? And it's like, even he's pondering at this point, it's like, yo, nah, something's up.
Yeah.
You know? So there's a lot of different directions. I didn't even talk about, bro, his dad pulling up. Like, where is his dad at, bro? Is he literally swimming to Japan? Or not Japan, but where are they at? I don't even know where they at. To the city. You know? Somewhere.
I don't know where they're at too. Are they in Japan? Nah,
because I think Japan was the people that came to help were Japan.
Oh, they're Korea,
yeah. So
yeah, Japan are the people that are coming to help with more.
But they never say what the city is, though. I don't feel like they did.
I don't think they do either.
I think we're just supposed to know, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but that's like he's coming from America, so it's like he's rogue. How is Jin Woo going to react when Sung? I don't know which one's the first name, but how are they going to react when they see their dad for the first time in a minute? After his mom been sick, like youngins don't even know what he fighting for, bruh. Like they really worried about the wrong thing. How can I get him in my guild? let me get him this franchise contract, bro. Like,
yeah, they're really trying to franchise this immediately. It's so hilarious. But I get it. I get it. I mean, of course you'd want to franchise a up and coming star immediately, and
mm-hmm.
and like you're saying, there's still a lot of tension between guilds that we're gonna discover, and clearly they have a lot of plots that they can go in any direction, anytime. Like you said, either the guilds or the what's the company name or the government name?
It's the Hunters Association. Hunters Association.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just what it's called. Because there's
That
like the
that can
Hunters
get
Guild, which is the red hair, the ultimate weapon, Choi Jung In. That's his association. But then there's like the Hunters Guild, which you got like the president. They got all the scars on his face.
And even like when they met him, they were like, "Oh yeah, he's still super 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 strong."
Yeah.
So there's just like a lot of ways they can go. Because I was gonna ask you, do you feel like he was actually gonna complete the whole tower thing, this early, or did you think he was gonna stop again and then come back? Because remember when he initially entered,
right?
He was at the gate.
Yeah, it seemed like it was like, yo, this is gonna be tough. Like,
yeah, like, this is gonna be hard.
Yo,
and
like,
he came back there ready. He came back there with the right summons.
So like that's the thing too. That like I don't feel like, well, I don't know. Maybe people might be talking about this, but just the fact that, like, the reason why I say he's on a generational run, because when he changed his subclass, or when he changed his class from assassin type build to necromancer, that leveled him up so crazy to where it's like, not only did he keep all of his stats and abilities, which is usually you can't do that in games, right? You're the game master here.
I mean, he just leveled up,
class.
and then he got to pick a class, and it essentially was the necromancer one. But but in this one, he was like a secret class, which is almost like in WoW, like the hero class, like a Death Knight. So it's not like a normal class; it's even like a more prestigious one in a way. At least that's what I got from
appears to be.
Solo leveling. Like the necromancy one isn't one that's normally one to be unlocked.
Yeah, one of the sorcerers or whatever was like, yeah, I can usually only do 2 summons and hold it. So it's like, this man has a whole army. But like, it just seems like it was so carefully like planned out in a way that like they have so much game knowledge and like how games and game theory works, that I'm like, yo, this man has the meta.
Yeah.
Like, and we got to use terms like this because this is literally a game. He's playing a game right now. And
I did want to ask you exactly that, because in this episode we get another clip where that little glitchy thing happens.
Yep. It happens almost every time he fights somebody that's like major.
Yeah, every time he meets someone major.
Yeah.
Do you have any theories on it? I've been wanting to ask you if you had any theories on it, because
so
it's so strange.
Yeah, so like getting the clue that the I don't see her name on here.
Who, the demon?
The new girl, the new demon girl. Yeah. Where she's from a whole different world, a whole different plane, and she was brought here by somebody else.
Yeah.
So that's a whole extra clue to like understanding, because even when Tusk was had everybody in the little orc ballroom or whatever, and it was finna go crazy on that squad, like once he realized like, oh man, I cannot beat this man, like his game started crashing. Like his I don't know what you would call it, but like he kept saying like, the voice in my head that tells me to hunt humans has told me this for this long. Am I really allowed to die here? And like, I thought I couldn't get bodied. Like I thought this was like, you know. So it's like, I don't know if it's something where it's like aliens abducted them in a sense, not literal aliens, but like somebody abducted them and put them into this game, or if it's more like a Sword Art Online situation where it's like people on the outside are literally like, this is a game, but I'm the main character type thing. Like, I don't think it's that. I think it's more so like, I think there's like more so like a Wizard of Oz type character that has been able to harness the power of the portals or whatever, and then been able to give access to people to have a second awakening or something like that, like a one above all type being. Like, I think it's a person
for sure,
more so than like a group.
Yeah,
That's where my brain is at.
I think you're dead on it. I think it's definitely someone is somehow manipulating all these people from different worlds and giving one character or one leader or someone the ability to like have that menus, have those voices in the head, the additional assistance to make it through the game in a way. But essentially to ultimately have like two of them face off or maybe even fight them. But I just find it so interesting that it like blocks out certain details. Like if another character has progressed so far in the story, and it's like, oh, you didn't know about.
You can't chat GPT this joint, bro. Like chat GPT, you can't do it. Like you'll get cut off easy. So yeah, bro, it's very interesting because it's like now I'm of the thought of like, okay, no, it's maybe not just Sung Jinwoo. Maybe it's multiple players out there, like his dad, like.
Because they did say player, right? In the very beginning of everything?
Think so. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it could, like, to me, when I saw it in the beginning, I was thinking that it was like, oh, nah, he's just the chosen one type thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's only one person that gets to do that because he did this set rule type thing, you know? But I'm starting to feel like the people in charge are just as lost as we are, as far as like you know how they say like we've only discovered like, I don't know what the percentage is of the ocean or whatever. I think it's a situation like that. So like, yes, they know more than us because they've experienced more, but it's like they don't know the depths of where it can go because of how easily a portal can get mischaracterized as being a B tier portal that turns into an A or a red gate. So gate, that's what it is. A red gate that appeared out of nowhere, where you got these two different specific scenarios that's like in another situation it's an anomaly, but because somebody actually passed the test for once, then now we get to see more so like where this journey could take a quote unquote player that is Jinwoo, you know? So, and it doesn't mean that it's only happening in this place now, that, because at first I thought it was like a situation where like only they were experiencing these things, but it's happening all around the world. So it's like there could definitely be multiple players out there that we're just not aware of, that kind of like hide their power level in a sense. And like once they get to a certain level, like once you hit S, like what's after that? Nobody knows. Because it's like once you hit S, it's like, all right, you're just extra strong, you know?
Well, we definitely know there clearly it is one higher because when they invaded the Orcs one, it was such a big jump because wasn't that gate originally like a sea gate?
Yeah, I think it was a B, bro.
Was it B and jumped to A?
Or like, no, maybe
at the
not,
very
because
tippy top end of A. I think that was how they described it.
No, it was like A on the borders of S rank.
After once the Orcs showed up.
Yeah.
Like when they entered it was like a B or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
and then it was like
at that
A
point,
borderline
Jinwoo
S.
was still an E ranked.
Yeah, and then they said something like to even defeat that type of level gate, they would have needed some S tier, S ranked hunters anyway.
Yeah. So like they brought people that was supposed to be able to do it easily, and they just went to the wrong joint, bro. They got finesse. But it's weird that it happened there.
Yeah, but
Because what it would
all
have
I'm thinking
happened,
is like,
because
so for that jump to occur, can't that
yeah,
occur at a S level gate? You know what I mean?
mm, no,
You don't think so?
I don't understand what you're saying.
Like clearly, you can enter a portal and it be much more difficult.
Yeah,
So if they enter that portal and they deemed it a B gate, do you think they just completely misjudged it off the jump,
yeah,
or do you think it's like a range, like a B tier gate can be go all the way up to high tier A? You know what I
like it
mean?
fluctuates.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So no,
So
so
that's a
like
small percentage. Okay.
yeah, so like what I'm thinking is that um if Jinwoo wasn't trying to wasn't the collector on that team, that would not have happened. That's where I'm at
Oh,
with
you
it.
think so?
Yeah, so like I think it's literally like thing is controlling that joint. It's like, oh, Jinwoo finna pop in a portal real quick or pop in this gate. All right, you know what? Boom. Let me turn it up real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like add a
Okay.
little spice to this joint. I
I mean,
orcs.
that could be it. That could be
You
it.
know?
Yeah.
Because it's like the whole point of it wasn't it like wasn't it like an extra portal or something like that when he got the job?
No,
Like
so
I
they
forgot
already
how that.
cleared the portal with the S tier person, right? And then they went back later. I thought that's how it went down.
Or was
No?
it an extra gate or something? Oh yeah, like he went in there. Whoosh! I remember that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
Yeah,
ultimate weapon went
I
in
thought
there.
yeah, they went
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
in, cleared it out, and then the next day because it was they already did it.
It was something deeper
Uh,
in there than
yeah,
it was supposed to be. Yeah.
but they knew like because S kind of already cleared it out.
Hmm.
Uh, the B side team
Yeah.
can assist to wrap it up, and that's like the
Yeah.
safe
If they
method
get
of doing
enough
it.
players or get enough people in the guild
Yeah,
to do it, they should have enough
and it was
to
like
defeat him.
12 or something like that, right?
It was
Like
low key
10,
deep, bro.
10.
It
It
was low
was
key
deep.
deep. Yeah.
And then they were like, "Oh, the gate jumped up," and it's like, "Yeah, this group has no chance." And I was like, "What? What you
Yeah.
mean?
That's why I
If the
think
group
it's
has no chance, why are we even like risking these types of gates? Because they
exactly.
don't got many of them."
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think it's like a like because since it's magic, it's not a science. So it's like,
Yeah,
yes, they have technology to do readings for them, but at the end of the day, like it kind of has a mind of its own where it's like I don't think if the orcs, like whoever's controlling the orcs, wanted them to be seen, that um they would have activated that portion of the dungeon. I think it would
true.
have
I
been
mean
just that
that can be
initial
very
one, you know?
yeah, yeah. I definitely see what you're saying. If someone is
Yeah.
ultimately controlling these gates, that would make more sense. Because
Hmm.
if we go back to how it even started, technically he was in a really low tier gate, but it had a very, very high level dungeon in there. So that's where it makes me wonder, like, how
Mm,
these gates really work, because it doesn't make sense for it to be labeled such a low dungeon, but have a hidden path that's like S tier. You know what I mean? Like
okay.
something that
Now
they
I
cannot
see.
handle.
Yeah. So
So I
so it
just
was a
don't know how the
dungeon
gates
within
really
a
work.
dungeon, essentially, that they stumbled upon, right? While they were mining, after they were mining. And that's what
Yeah.
because that's when Jin Woo was trying to go in there early. But then the Hunter Hey Child, I'm butchering these names, bro. The S rank girl hunter, she popped up on him and asked him what he was doing, and he
Mhm.
had a fake like, do I kill her right now? Like he had to think about it. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
nah, I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna put it back in my pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I think that's when she reported it back. It's like, okay, yeah, there's something here. So like, yeah, I think that makes sense. Um,
Yeah. It's almost as if their
but
gate readers aren't,
they're not exact.
like,
Yeah,
it can be a scale, but they
right.
kind of already know what's safe, because they weren't gonna open up the gate like you're saying.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why it's
and
so
they
important to like um them to like in their recruiting to their guilds, because it's like they have stronger hunters. That means they can take on stronger gates that offer stronger or more resources and better resources, and then ultimately their stock rises in the public and stuff like that. And that's why it was like everybody was fiending for Jinwoo once they found out he's the next S rank hunter. And
it makes sense why S rank would even be doing a B gate, just in case it higher scales. That's why it made me wonder, like, so can that happen on a S, like if they could? Well, we don't really know the red gate scenarios, but like the red gate S ranked, and they walk in that thing, and it's like 20 barons or
so like that's the thing though.
I ain't gonna handle that jump.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I think the red gate specifically is a player thing, where it's like it's so rare, but it's calculated. Yeah, where it's like because I think yes, Jinwoo was the one that actually got the reawakening, but it could have been any one of them if they had figured out the puzzle or whatever, like in the beginning, or they. But
the red gates exist already, like before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's just that when the red gates happened before, those people did not. They didn't pass the test because they could have left, right? Like they could have initially left once they seen the door in the beginning. We get into season 1 now, y'all. In when they had the initial group and they took votes, it was like, and Sung Jinwoo was the last vote. It's like, I want to go because he needed the bread. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they thought they could do it, but turns out it was a trap. So like just as easily as it could have been, it was Jinwoo. I say easy, but he got chopped up into itty bitty pieces. But it could have been literally any single one of them that had gotten that chance. So like that's why I'm saying it's like it's a rare thing, but it's calculated on the side of whoever's running this whole thing. That's where I'm at.
Sure. Yeah.
You know?
I see.
So like then I got another question for you. About the island. So like the confusing thing about the island is that we don't see it a lot, but they talk about it. And
it's clearly a main focus because it was right in the beginning.
Exactly.
And then
so is it a situation where they could not close the gate, so now they have a permanent place on Earth?
Yeah.
Is that the situation?
It seems like it's something like that because the main guy of I can't remember what guild he is. He keeps having like something happen on there. So it just seems like it.
The orange hair guy.
Yeah, either the gate is still there.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because they said if they can't close the gate, then all the monsters could just keep coming in, and they could take over.
And it's on an island. Yeah, and it's on an island.
So that's why I'm saying like it wasn't because they only got 10 at that point. I think they only had 9 youngins, maybe 10. They don't have the numbers to do what they needed to do. But now the situation has escalated because now there's flying ants. And
that was a thing I wanted to talk to you about because why they always got to be the ants, bro? Why is it always?
What do you mean?
I swear they always have some hunter.
That's what I was thinking.
Stuff.
Chimera arc. That's what I was thinking.
I was like, here we go.
But it's like you gotta think about it though. Like once you see one ant, you know there's a whole bunch of them coming. You know, and granted, it was a flying ant, so they might not ever get that scent. But that could have just been the first scouting party, and the fact that it doesn't come back to the home giant, it's like, oh, we know we sent them out that way. Let's go see what happens. But
it's worrisome because the S tier hunters already went there, right?
Yes.
Unless that wasn't them in the beginning.
It was them, but it was only like 3 of them, I think.
Oh, okay.
Like it was only red hair, the clawed dude, lion looking dude, and then the girl. Everybody else was like A and
she
below.
Was there? Okay, yeah.
like everybody else was like kind of just fodder, but they just weren't ready for the situation. They realized how big of a situation it was, but it was like, oh wait, we gotta regroup. We gotta rethink
Yeah,
this.
and I would assume, definitely assumption,
Yeah.
there has to be other portals that occurred around the world that could not be closed. You know what I mean? That they probably are containing, and maybe this is just one of those scenarios. You know,
Maybe. I don't know.
because
I think this is I don't think so.
you think they've closed every single portal.
Yeah.
Ah,
Like
I
to
would I
where
would think they had to have messed up. Because then like why would this island specifically, if it's a portal still going on, why wouldn't it be closed by now? Is there no one stronger? No
no.
way.
I
You don't think so?
I don't think it's a strength thing. I think it's a numbers thing. That's what I think
Yeah,
it
but
is.
but we're only dealing with like the small group right now. Like there's different countries
Yes,
because
but
we
it
have
happened
Japan.
on their border essentially. So they're the ones that's handling it. My thing is that like if there were if this was to happen on multiple things, it would have been national news type thing. Because even when um earlier on in season 1 when the gate at oh no, that's a different anime. I'm tripping. But I'm thinking of Kaiju number 8. But there was a situation where it's like they can't close the gate, but it spills out into the city. Has that happened in this one? Am I mixing that up?
I think an ant just flew to a
So it was
nearby
only the
area.
ant. It was only an ant. It
Yeah, it's
wasn't
only
nothing.
an ant.
Okay, so that was Kaiju number
So
8 that I'm
so we
thinking
don't.
about. So
Yeah, we don't really know exactly like the extent on what's happening. We just know like flashbacks in the beginning
yeah,
scene where they were fighting something and
yeah,
it
because there's a
seemed normal.
difference. Yeah, it's a difference between um, it's a difference between a gate and then like the skeleton key thing. I think the skeleton key, like, that's not something that will spill out into the rest of the world if you don't clear it.
Yeah, it just definitely seems like in the beginning when they said like if you don't close it, they can spill out to the world, and it makes more
Yeah.
sense that they went there to close a gate that they couldn't close and it's still
Hmm.
open. But it's just kind of like I kind of wouldn't believe it if that was like the only one. You know what I mean? Because I feel like at what point does the rest of people like, yo, we can't close a gate like this is
Yeah.
a natural occurring thing, y'all. Like
Yeah.
if 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 we only have 8, like you said, like 300s at the time and we couldn't close it, like what else do they do? And at the end of this episode, we see like Japan's right there. I don't understand why. So it's kind of like I do believe it's a gate, but I think there's something even like bigger involved there. Like I don't want to say it.
I have to go so far back to see how big that gate was in real such a
I don't even
situation.
remember again. I just remember them
Because
fighting there and then a
yeah,
big ant, right?
yeah, I remember them fighting there. And I remember them it just not being strong enough and then having to retreat. I remember that. But
And then a guy
my
has
whole
flashbacks
thing,
of it.
yeah, my whole thing about it is that like I think it's just an unprecedentedly big gate is the
Mhm.
reason why this is happening. But to that point though, it was interesting to see like before Sung went to the tower again, not only did he give his sister one of his shadows, or Tusk his captains or whatever, but he also had youngins scouting the city to make sure it's safe. And I'm like, okay, so why is he doing that then? If there's no ants out there, what is he doing recon for? Is it literally just the press or like because he said it in the sense of like and maybe we can end up making the city safer. But I'm like safer from
Yeah.
what specifically? Like it's just like regular crime or like
I guess
what's the
because now
deal?
he's public, right?
Yeah, so I guess they want to establish a perimeter, but it's like to what extent does that? Because we know he ain't afraid to kill people, bro. We know that for a fact. He done
Well,
it.
he ain't killing people, right?
He's killed hunters.
Yeah, I tried to kill him.
Yeah, but other people have powers, and I'm assuming they don't use them all for good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would just think he
I don't know.
because now he's public, he's just
Taking
making
extra
sure his
precautions.
like his home is always guarded,
Mm-hmm.
especially that he's out and about a lot more.
Yeah, but it's like,
And there's no the and there's no like issue of him having a shadow there. It's just a little bit of mana for real.
and that's the
And I would
thing though.
assume one shadow could take care of like majority of
Whatever.
the
Yeah,
population.
whatever he needed to take care of. That's what I'm saying. So it's like it's not a sense of like this is Gotham or anything, but it's got to be something to where it's like, okay, I just need to make sure that she gonna be good going to and from school or whatever. But it was just a weird scene. Like I get giving her the shadow, but then just to have youngest go out on patrol, like it was like a prequel to what he was gonna do in the um or not prequel, but foreshadowing to what he was gonna do in the tower when he went to go climb all the things and found the Demon Girl squad or whatever. And
Mm.
because
Yeah,
there
separate
was,
them.
yeah, and I was like, oh, that's pretty smart. Like outside of being able to control or see where your troops are, was just like a cool thing. Like he just knew exactly where to go. Like after it's like it's only logical. Like or bro, like I don't know. I'm getting excited again, but it's like
I think he's really smart. I think
he's smarter than like
he's just leveling up every single time, and
okay,
he puts in place so many different contingencies on how he can make it through. And it just seems like every episode is just getting smarter and smarter, figuring out how. I
yes,
mean, he even used different ways to fight, even in this episode,
mm-hmm.
to beat the guy.
Stealth, magic, strength.
Mm.
But my thing is like there's game mechanics to it, right? Where it's like, okay, you're the game master here. You know what I'm saying? If y'all not hip, Chris is a POE expert.
Yeah,
Act
solo
one and
leveling.
two. Act one and
Yeah,
two. He got you.
yeah,
He got you. He know
yeah.
exactly
Well,
what to do.
we
You know
getting
what I'm
on
saying?
great.
So for him to end the fight, like, I'm just gonna talk about the ending real quick because it was a crazy haymaker or uppercut. Um,
Beautiful.
he put all his points into his strength.
Mm-hmm.
He shouldn't be able to do that. That's not how games usually work. You can't. You like he's able to fluctuate.
Well,
Like
did he say he like? I thought he was just saying that this is where all my strength points got me or something like that. He was finally kind of showing off what it did
no,
for him.
I think it was more so like nah. Like all right, you know what? I need all strength right now.
He's a
Max it
scaler.
out. Boom. Like that's what I thought
Well,
happened.
that'd be
But
tough.
I don't know because it's like there's portions of that giant where I'm like, yo, like this is a smart way to go about leveling up. It's a smart thing to do to go gear up. Like there's different elements to it. It's like this is really gamified anime. But it's so because he the only one doing it, I have my I second guess myself a lot trying to understand what he actually trying to do. You
Yeah.
know? Because he went to the whole
Yeah,
shop and it didn't seem like he bought anything except for that cloak.
yeah,
You know?
I could kind of see what you're saying. I think the way it kind of went down, and definitely correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below, but it seemed like originally he was like this agility strength user. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And he was
Rogue.
maxing strictly those things out. He didn't care about intellect at all, didn't care about his magic at all.
Yeah.
And then once he got the subclass, he said, "Oh, to utilize my spells, I need more like intellect or magic or
Mm-hmm.
intelligence." And
Mm-hmm.
as he's been leveling that up, more and more, his spells and all his casting, all that got better. But now we got to a point where, uh,
Got items, bro.
yeah, he has items. He's more well rounded, but he hasn't been using his strength as much because he didn't need to rely on it anymore. You know what I mean? He had the summons, he had the speed still, and normally
Yeah.
he got away with that. And then when they caught him with the stealth for, he said something strike didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I think he realized like, well, let's like I'm running out of options, but I put all these points in strength. They better come through right now. And he like blocked the dude's attack and then just did the final uppercut. So it's kind of like
well,
his diversity of build.
You kind of sped through that. Not only did he
you think so?
Not only did he do that, but he also had the little magic arms wrap around him first to hold him in place. Then he got his other youngins to come through and hold him down.
Oh yeah.
Then he uppercutted him. So it's like this.
He ripped off his arms, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened first. Then uppercut. Then he was finna get blasted. But before all that,
so much stuff happened. It's quick.
So much stuff happened. So before all that, he was about to get blasted. He's like, I can't dodge. And then the girl threw the spear at the Demon King or whatever. Demon, was it?
Monarch.
Demon Monarch. And he looked over.
Yeah, that was some plot armor.
Plot armor. That was plot armor. I was like, oh, they can't escape that. Yeah. It's gotta happen. You know? And it's like, oh, that's just what I needed. And then all that happened. All right, go ahead. As you were saying.
No, but last thing on that though is what makes this character so dangerous is something as small little plot armor that helped him beat that one fight. This dude just leveled up like crazy from beating
and he could still possibly, we didn't see him do it yet, but possibly rise this guy up too. Like now he can have him on his side.
And it's crazy to see this, because in a video game it's almost like, yo, if I possibly get this power up, like the next 3 acts are easy. Everything else is like easy mode for a little bit, and it kind of goes hand in hand with how the series is going. The dude is just so strong, and his power ups are literally him just barely beating the boss. It ain't like other animes where you beat that boss and you're just recovering, and then I gotta get stronger, I gotta learn a new technique. It's literally, if he beats that boss, the dude done leveled up 20 times. Like, if we could replay that boss, he's about to clean him, sweep him. There ain't no game 7 this time. This is a sweep.
It's like, bro, even his subordinates from the necromancy is not even like crazy level yet.
They're not.
They're just like level 2, level 1. Like,
and he just gave the Tusk, right? No.
Yep, it's Tusk.
Yeah.
Yep,
the orb that increases his like magic output. I'm just like, bro, like if you can give your whole army,
that's what's crazy, because that's what I was confused at. I was like, yo, he was about to sell that on the market, and before he got to that point, like he's about to sell one of the daggers he had, and I'm like, yo, I bought this for 2.5. I'm about to get 100 mil for this.
Yeah.
And then he went to the bathroom. And I'm just like, what? Why did he go to the bathroom? Like, I'm lost. I'm like, did he buy anything else? Like what's the deal? So it's like, cause the thing he was about to buy wasn't even as good as the dagger he had. So it's like the thing that he learned that he's better off just buying things from the game store, or is it like
it kind of seems like he wants
to see something else? I don't know. Like, I don't get the point of that,
I mean, you have a point there. It is for us to see something else, because then that way in the future, if your theory of other players, it makes more sense. Like, oh, this other player has this item that has this type of effect.
Yeah.
That would make a lot of sense.
Because who is he selling it to? That's the question.
And we haven't seen
his market?
Any other person have like a legit item. Like his buddy does have items, but they look like basic items, not something special, but we see his items have like effects, all this type of stuff.
Yeah. And to the point where it's like, it's so many that we don't even talk about it no more.
He had like a whole ring and something like that. And
like, we as an audience know what's affecting him. So like all the different poison, like the one dagger had poison in it. Then he got the ice joint, and now
the cloak for the fire or something, fire resistance.
Yep. He has stealth, invisibility. Like he can do so much. So like, speaking from my experience as just like a regular, I ain't no PoE master, but I'm an action RP player, and I'm playing through God of War. Ragnarok right now. I'm having a way different experience playing this time than playing the original God of War game because I know the peak of how I was playing when I had everything in the game.
Yeah.
Right? So to have to dial it back in a sense, I'm not as invested in trying to like every move I get, I gotta try to figure out how to use this, or like I need to deep dive into that or deep dive into this. I'm just in the sense of like, all right, I'm gonna pick it up as I go, and it doesn't really matter right now what I got because it's all at this certain level. But once I get to a certain point, I can make my build then. You know, so it's like, is that what he doing, or is it more so like
I think that's
min-maxing?
what he's doing.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I think that's what this episode kind of highlights. It's he beat this boss basically remembering how his original build was going, because there was a big thing in the beginning where he was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm a mage that's this fast. Like this is strange." You know what I mean? Like he was so quick and they were like, "Yo, what is this?"
Are you talking about the guild masters?
Or
are you talking about in general?
Like in general, because at first he kept leveling up just speed and strength, and then I think it was when he got the necromancy, he was like, "Oh, I didn't do any
intellect,
any mana, and oh, it's draining my mana. I'm gonna start leveling that up."
Yeah.
So then it's kind of like right then and there.
Even his passive abilities is crazy.
Yeah, because I think he originally thought when I get my subclass, it's gonna coincide with being the speed damage dealer type thing, and then kind of like it just being cheeky. They were like, "Yo, necromancer." And it's like, "Yo, that has nothing to do with what I'm doing."
I was like, "Yo, they put this in an anime? Like what? Like, how is this gonna work?" Because even like, and it's so broken. And
he's learning as it goes on, but it's broken. Yeah,
it's so broken in this joint because usually, correct me if I'm wrong, I've never played a necromancer in any game, but usually from what I know, when you're a necromancer, it's not like every boss you beat, you get to have that boss on your team. Now it's like, no, like as you go, your soldiers eventually level up, but it never be to the point where it's like your soldiers are just a boss now.
Yeah,
like
it's really cool.
It's like, so it's like they took in the game knowledge that everybody knows and then maxed it to the point where it's like there's no rules, and it's just like you're here for the spectacle every week. It's the Super Bowl every week for solo leveling. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really, really feels like. And I thought at a certain point, I'm not gonna cap, like while I was watching it, it was gonna get to the point where it's like, oh, this doesn't even matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like how everybody feels about the NBA right now. Like the games don't matter. So these battles don't matter, but they continue to find different ways to make each fight matter, in the sense that whether or not he's learning something or we're losing somebody, but they keep the main thing, which is getting that elixir. You know? And I'm just like, yo, like there's nothing I can do to hate on this thing. Cause it's just like that. Like, I don't know, bro. Lakers in 5, bro. What? Like, you gotta help me now. I
mean,
I don't know what else to say.
Like I said, the power spike is quick.
Yeah.
It's so quick that I would go ahead and say like the next whatever they're doing, we're already at like many episodes of any other anime. You know what I mean? Like the terms of the power level and the fight scenes that we're about to see now, he's so strong. Like the demon monarch had a lot.
Yeah, but it's also certain ones that you can't bring back.
What you mean?
Like, I forgot who it was, but it was one of the
Oh, the elf guy, the blue elf guy.
Oh yeah. He couldn't bring him back to life for some reason.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like how strong he is. Like
I get that, but I'm just
compared
saying,
to that fight and now the Demon King fight, it's like yo, we know the next fight, whatever it is,
Yeah.
whatever arc they go on, it's about to be crazy level of power. I mean, the demon kid when he uppercutted him, didn't like the sky explode?
Oh yeah, he nuked the sky, bro.
He like nuked the sky already. Yeah. Like what are we
but
on?
I was just talking about the impact of the blow. His chin literally disintegrated, bro. And then he flew into the sky.
And so now the dude is even stronger. He done put more stats in the strength.
So this is a question for you, right? Compared to like other anime, because this is manhwa, right? Mm-hmm. What do you think? Do you think this will ever get old? Because like you have animes like One Punch Man.
Yeah, I think One Punch Man.
It's gimmickly. He's gimmickly strong, right?
Yeah.
But it's not so much. That's not why you're watching One Punch Man as well. It's more so just like, what crazy scenario is he going to be in to where he gets to throw that one punch? That's the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
But then there's also animes where people are so strong it feels like there's nothing that the main character can do other than, you know, tapping into whatever, such as like I literally got on today, like a Jujutsu Kaisen, where it's like, niggas is so strong. It's like, do I even try? You know? Or even like a Sakamoto Days, where it's like, if he ever gets serious, you know, like, even though he's pudgy, he's still like that, you know, like he's still number one assassin. Out of all of those three metas, like, what do you think Solo Leveling in comparison to that will ever have like a moment where it's like it kind of fades away?
I mean, out of those three, I would definitely say it's more like One Punch Man.
Okay.
Like he's definitely getting to that point where, because he is solo leveling, it's so rapid, it's so fast that all he has to do is just keep beating someone stronger.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be stronger than that thing.
But it's going to get to a point where we're not questioning him, we're questioning the enemies. You know?
Well, I mean, one thing that you can notice in Solo Leveling, like, his characteristics are changing. Like his mannerisms are changing, everything's changing. So it just makes me wonder, like, are we gonna get to the point where he becomes like the problem?
Yeah.
Like, he's so strong and there's not anyone who could stop a solo leveler. Like, he's the max level. Like, I really wonder about that.
But... So this is the thing too, right? So like, because there's got to be a cap in the sense of like, yes, he continues to get stronger, but it's not so much the fact that he's getting stronger, it's the fact that nobody else can.
Right? At his speed. I don't know if no one else can.
No, I'm saying like, because once they have their awakening, that's it for most everybody. That's what I'm saying, right? So
yeah, but we don't know like the extent of that. You know what I mean? There could be like someone who's just a straight up Genjin user, Genjutsu user that's just like OP. You know what I mean? Like, I just trap you. You can't do like none of your powers matter.
Right. There's win conditions for everything. So like, what I'm saying is, there's got to be a point in the game, I'm calling it a game because it's kind of really what it is, where like you would have thought it would happen by now, because we have not seen his level specifically in a minute. We've only seen his like attributes go up.
And yeah, he's around like 80 or something like that, 80 or 70.
So when does the XP start to get harder and harder to get, right?
And what happens? That's what happens. That's what happens with those gates, bro. Like, I can't quite understand like how strong the gates can get, because we don't even know how strong this demon realm was. You know what I mean? It was outside of the gates.
So like, that was kind of my point in the whole thing where I said, like, it's going to get to a point where we're not even judging him for his strength anymore. We're judging the people that he's fighting, because technically all they would have to do was for them to match his speed and then change the win condition for him to make it a new episode be different than the last one. Right?
Sure, but let's say hypothetically all the characters had like levels.
Right. So
if the Demon King was like 70 and he was 71 and he beat the Demon King, or the Demon King was 71 and he was 70 and beat the Demon King, he goes up to like 75 now. Like,
right, but what I'm saying is like, now that that's why I think it's not a level on the Demon King. I think it was just like the color of their text. Because like if you ever in a game and you see all question marks, run away, right?
Yeah,
you see a skull, run away, right? But I think it's going to get to a point where it's like, that's why it was floors. We got to level like floor 100 or whatever in the tower.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we knew that he beat it. So it's like, okay, now we just go to the next place. But I think the real fork in the road is going to be when he actually is going to be able to save his mother, or maybe not save his mother. We don't know, like, if the elixir is even going to work. Because even Jin Hu, his dad just got the eternal sleep sickness, but like once he gets that, is that enough for him? Or is it going to turn into a situation where it's like, all right, now I'm going to be part of this guild, or I'm going to start my own. Like he can go in a whole bunch of different directions. Or am I finna just be a solo queuer and I'm finna go rogue and be a vigilante at this island with the rest of the S ranks?
Yeah. I think
that's the real fork in the road. But
it's just that he's obsessed with leveling up. He's gonna get obsessed with leveling up. He's gonna keep looking for harder and harder dungeons, harder and harder ways. We're gonna explore at the limits to these gates, which is probably gonna end up being limitless. Just thinking solo leveling.
I don't think the gates is the answer. I'm just say that.
I mean, I don't think the world is the answer. There's no way that this world has, like you're saying, there's definitely a bigger being that's.
I think it's a realm thing. Not even a world thing. I think it's a realm thing. Different planes of existence.
Yeah, but when you go through the gates, it's a different realm. Is it not?
It's different than the tower. So what I'm saying is, because the demon girl said that they were somewhere else and then they were brought here.
Yeah, to prepare for war.
Yeah, but they were preparing for war in their original place.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then something else happened. So like, say the big bad or whatever took them from there and then brought them here and then gave them orders. So it could have been like the way I'm kind of thinking about it is like, it was a stack. These different places, like you got Earth, and you got the demon world where the girl is from, and then in between you have the places where the portals exist, and above where the one who controls everything exists.
Sure, but do you think the orc and the blue elf people are?
I think it's the same situation as the demon girl.
Yeah, but they went through portals where he didn't go through a portal to go to the demon girl, right? He used the key and went down the subway. I don't think it was a portal.
Yeah, so this time it was the actual tower. Because he got dropped off. The subway was the snake.
Yeah, so how does he? So okay, just to make sure I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
The demon girl you're saying is a realm versus a portal, which is something different. A portal is something different.
No. Well, yeah. So I'm saying the realm is literally in between the demon girl and Earth. So when the girl went from wherever she was from to where the tower was, that is the same place where the portals exist.
So say she's just from another planet They just
Yeah.
took her from that planet and threw her into a portal world, which is the
Yeah.
the demon tower.
Yeah.
Okay, so then whoever person took her from wherever world she's from,
Yeah.
they threw her in the video game generated
Mhm.
demon tower
Mhm.
for a waiting purpose, just like they did with the orc people,
Mhm.
just like they did with the
Yep.
blue elf people.
Yep.
But they didn't do that with him, the people on
With
Earth.
who?
The people on Earth.
No.
And they're just spawning portals on Earth.
Yeah.
Okay. I see it. I mean,
Or even the portals are a natural thing occurring on Earth, and they have just ascended past that, like a Kang situation almost. It's like they're at the end of time, whatever.
yeah, I mean, definitely. I think that question of like how the portals are even spawning is just
This is all headcanon. This is where my head is
yeah,
at.
it's
Like, I
just
don't know.
because the main thing we know for sure though is the same voices in the main character's head is in the orc's head, in the
Mhm.
blue guy's head, and in the demon girl's head.
Yeah.
So it's just really weird that the demon girl would say we were preparing for an invasion, but we don't get all the details of like why. But
Yeah.
then only
So
those
that
portals
invasion
appear
could
on Earth.
technically, yeah. So that invasion could technically either be from the big bad entity, or they could have their own portals wherever they're
But
from
that's
too.
definitely not something that's happening, right?
What do you mean?
Like they don't have portals appearing in their realm.
I don't know. I'm
I
just
mean,
saying.
technically, the humans are coming through the portal to attack them, but it's implied that the portal opens up and then they they're trying
So
to
what
go
I'm
through
saying
it.
is the same thing happening on Earth can happen wherever that girl is from originally, not where she
Yeah,
was
but
placed.
so if that was a hypothetical,
Yeah.
right? If that happens, who's invading? You see what I'm saying? Because it's not the humans.
No, it's not the humans. It would be the little fox things, or like the monsters. Literally like the monsters in each portal.
So you think all the races would just be defending from other dimensions too?
Yeah, it's more so like a, instead of it being a planet thing, it's more of a um I don't want to say multiverse, but it's like,
Because my only thing is like based on what we see right now is a portal opens up, you have a few days to close it before the monsters pour in.
yeah. I
So
don't think
it
it's a
doesn't make
situ
sense for it to happen on the other side because they're not saying that's happening. It's kind of like we the characters arrive in their world and then they're like, okay, we're gonna kill you. Like you know what I mean? Which doesn't happen in the Earth version because the humans are going into the portal to close it before they pour in.
Yeah, but when they're pouring in, they're under control of the game master. They're not doing that of their free will, is what I'm saying.
Hmm.
So like
I mean, maybe.
so like you know how
Like you think they're just he's holding them in there until he can build a portal and then he opens the portal and hopes that they can then pour in and attack Earth. Like that's ultimately what you're saying. The game master just grabs these people, stores
yeah,
them
yeah.
until he can build a portal that can go onto Earth and then invade.
Hmm.
And maybe he did that on that island with the bugs and
But
it
even
worked.
I'm saying even the portals themselves could be a naturally occurring thing that happens at every homeworld. So like say for instance like in this is way off the rails, but say say it's like in God of War where you have all the different realms. In all
Hmm.
those different realms, it's like a planet almost.
Hmm.
I'm saying like just like how you can open a gate at each one of those things, that can happen where you got Midgard where all the humans are at, then you got uh Mustafar, whatever the thing is called, where
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the demons are at. And then
Yeah.
the portals and where the game master puts them exist between those places. So like the demons could have been fighting the same fight that the humans are for
Yeah.
longer, but not have the technology or the know how to, like, they just know they gotta fight. They coming in from that perspective.
Mm.
That's why it's so interesting that she said, "Yeah, we were preparing for war." But it's like a war against who, you know? So
I mean that is the ultimate weird part because
Galactus.
if
Like,
there is an ultimate game master,
yeah.
it's so confusing why he would have them in like waiting pods,
Mm-hmm.
and then kind of like
Because there's a hierarchy within it
like you're
already.
saying, you for what you're saying is the portals would 100% have to be randomly occurring. Like
Yeah.
he can't control the portals opening, but he can
Yeah.
control the beings within it, store them
Right.
until a portal is available, and then force them to go through it, knowing that like I can't defeat this thing.
Or he was a player initially and got so strong that he could control the portals.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The
I
weird
don't
thing
know.
about if he can control portals, he would. I don't see why he wouldn't have opened it up already. It just doesn't. You
Maybe
know what I
not,
mean? Like,
or maybe not control the portals, but add his own portal to that portal. Like add an extra room in the dungeon is what I'm
add his
saying.
own portal to.
Like add an extra door within the dungeon itself.
Well, what does that do? I'm confused by what you're saying.
Like,
Add a own door to his own. What do you mean?
so like so like, you know how like they had the construction portal, and then within that portal, after they initially already cleared it out, they found
Yeah, yeah,
another door.
yeah. A door
Yeah, I'm saying that
to the boss room.
that initial construction joint was the portal, and then he added an extra boss room to it. That initially that changed the portal from being
A dungeon.
not even just a dungeon, but like a C to B tier portal to being almost S.
Sure, but what? Like, I guess ultimately what we're asking is like, what does that portal go to? Like, what is the ultimate thing if he controls the portals? Like, what is he trying
I
to
don't
get
know.
these people to portal to? Because all
Get
we
somebody
have,
that it could be a situation where it's like he wants a friend, like somebody else that has the same drive as he does. To where it's like you fall in love with the game, and then now your
I
game is to make the game. I don't know, bruh. We
yeah,
ain't got there yet. We
yeah,
too far deep into the head canon at this point. I don't know.
yeah. I just think unless it's something as like trivial as it's literally another solo leveler who's leveled to the maximum and is just waiting for the next solo leveler to arrive and to fight so then he can level up more.
Mm-hmm.
Because clearly there are certain people who can hear voices in their head, so I'm assuming they can also level up. But that's just an assumption though. Like maybe they just suck at leveling and our main character is the best leveler of them all and he's slowly going through all these portals
I'm saying no to
leveling
that
up.
part. I'm
Because
saying
what
that
makes me
Sun
think is like,
Jingwoo is I still think Sun Jingwoo is the chosen one, but he's only the
mm,
chosen one because he passed the test of the red uh
yeah, but there's multiple
portal.
people who can hear the voices in the head, which is he's confused by because
What do you mean?
they
Multiple people.
so
You talking about the demon
the
girl?
the demon girl and the
Well,
blue
she's
guy both could
captured.
hear
They're
voices.
captured though. That's different. There are pawns in the game, is what I'm saying. But Jin Woo is a player.
Well, why don't you think the other guy's a player? Why don't you think they're
Who?
players?
Which other guy?
The demon girl and the blue guy that died.
Because for one, they got captured and put into the realm where they had one quest, which or one thing playing in the same thing back in their heads, where it's like I need pawns or fodder to make this person stronger.
Yeah.
So I got this pool of people. I'm gonna put them here. I've got this other pool of people. I'm gonna put them there, and then they're gonna be the next test for my people. Like I don't
Yeah,
think it's
but that's the exact same thing as the solo leveler.
nah, because they're
Like
not leveling
the
up
guy,
though. They're not leveling
yeah,
up.
but they get prompts that say like kill the humans.
Yes,
That's what the blue guy
they
said.
get prompts, but they don't get rewarded for it though, is what I'm saying.
We don't know that though. Like
How do we not know
that's what I'm
that?
saying. Because we only get the perspective of our guy, but the other guy revealed that I got voices in my head telling me, "Boom, time to kill you." You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's one command versus it being like when it pops up for
Yeah, but
Jin Woo, it's a side quest or it's a mission where it's like if you don't do this, this is
what I'm
your.
saying is we don't know what his prompt is, but he revealed that he does get a prompt similar to it. They
It's
didn't.
not
We don't know
similar
the
enough though. Is my thing. It's not similar enough. It's not.
having a prompt at all is similar, bro. Like what? What do you mean?
No, it's not. It's not, bro. If you're being
If you
you're
got
a
a
pawn,
prompt,
if you're a pawn in the game, you have
yeah,
one goal, one mission. You
yeah.
don't have like uh necessarily like anything else to do. Like even because even in the only reason why to me the only reason why the girl was able to help Jinwoo is because of what her prompt was, which is to protect her lord or whatever, right? So at Jinwoo became that person, and then that's why she was able to throw the thing without it stopping her. You get what I'm saying?
No, but
Like, bro,
I don't know without the thing stopping or what
yeah,
stopping her.
without the program stopping her, because when he was asking her questions,
The program just stops you from revealing like more truth than the main character knows. It stopped them both
yes,
times.
but I don't see
It doesn't
why if
stop
it
you from
I don't
doing
see
stuff.
why I don't see if it could stop her from doing that, literally making her faint.
From
Why it
revealing.
wouldn't? Yeah, but from revealing, I don't see why it could stop her from revealing anything. Why it couldn't stop her from interfering with the fight?
Because it's not revealing it. It's like revealing the story. It doesn't let characters do that.
So
If they know a plot ahead of time, they don't let them reveal it. Because the blue guy knew way more. Remember, the blue guy even said that you could speak our language. You don't even know what language you're talking.
yeah,
And then he kept saying stuff, and then they completely like quickly wiped through his whole conversation. But then when we talk to the girl, she at least reveals some stuff, but then says, "I can't say the rest of this. I'm fainting. I'm gonna faint."
but
That's the most information I
so
can
you think
reveal.
all of these people are players? That's what I'm asking you.
I think is something along the lines of that. Like
I don't.
either
That doesn't
because
make sense.
what's really weird is yeah, but what are they then? You just think
They're
they're
literally.
not NPCs
Why aren't they?
because they have the voice in their head. That's clearly an indicator that they're
But
all
the
have something.
indicator is that you walk
No
back
one
and forth.
no
Like
one
it's the
else
same.
has a voice in their head, G.
What do you mean no one else?
No other hunter has voices in their head. We've only met
No, no,
4
no.
people that had voices, right?
Wait, wait, wait,
Tusk, the
wait,
blue guy, and the demon
wait,
girl, and the main
wait,
character. That's
wait,
similar.
wait,
Go ahead.
wait. The prompt that you're speaking to
Yeah.
happens because I think because like all of Tusk or High Orcs or whatever, all of them have the same prompt, including Tusk, right? But because Tusk was put at a place of
Prompt.
power,
They didn't
yes,
have. I thought only Tusk revealed that he could hear voices.
Chris. So the only reason why he heard the voice was because he started to question his like he started because he put Jin will put that much fear into him. It's like, oh, I thought I could not be beat. I had this one thing in my head this whole time, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is like, okay, maybe Tusk is not a pawn, but he could be a knight or bishop or whatever you want to call it, but there's still a piece on the chessboard.
Okay, keep going.
Versus Jinwoo, who is the player actually
Yeah,
playing the
but so
game.
all I'm saying is, imagine if on Tusk's end he was the player and
That
he
doesn't
was
make any
leveling up.
sense.
Okay.
Yeah,
And he
I'm
was
sorry.
the player, and then he gets defeated. It would make sense if he said, "I didn't think I would die." Like it's another prompt that says, "Hey, kill this invader. If you kill all 7 of them, you get an item." And he was shocked that he actually lost. Like if the main character right now dies, what would his reaction be? Like, yo, like this is the end. Like, I didn't
Yeah,
think this was gonna be possible.
no, but the difference is that as a player, he's actively going out to these dungeons, he's actively going through these portals, but these people are placed in those portals. So like Tusk and the Demon Girl were placed in those portals. So obviously they don't have the same freedom as a player would. Is what I'm getting at.
Sure, but we also know that only the humans are the ones that are able to go. That the portals arrive on Earth and then they go through them. You know what I mean?
But what I'm saying,
that's all we see. That's all we see.
That's all we know. But what I'm saying, from what I've seen that happens on Earth, and the description that the girl had gave when she said that all we knew was we were preparing for a fight, tells me that's a possibility that they have portals too.
Sure.
So that's all I'm saying. Yeah,
so just real quick, because we're going
I'm lost now. I'm lost.
No, because what I'm saying is, if they do have portals too, they can essentially do the same thing the main character is doing. Then, right? They could go into portals. They could fight them. They could close them on their own.
They don't have that freedom. They don't have that freedom. That's what I'm saying.
But you just said that they have portals too. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand.
Oh, you're saying if they go through the same process that Jin will go to at the first time to reawaken,
they could. If they got portals too that they could go through.
Yeah, so if there's a player out, so if you're saying that there could be a player that is a demon girl, and you're saying that there could be a player that is a high orc, I'm not mad at that. But I don't think those players are the ones that Jinwoo was fighting right now. That's what I'm saying. I don't think they are players. I think they're just pieces on the board.
Yeah, okay.
They're just another a boss within the game.
Yeah.
So like, and because and like because Tusk saw that prompt, to me, because he's literally said he saw this one thing this whole time, tells me that, oh, you were put in this position. Yes, you could have got your power, but that does not mean that you could level up. That just means to me,
I never said. I said one thing that's identical is those people who have prompts, and it is the only prompts that people have is the players, and it clearly shows that
that's not
they
true.
Don't. Who else has a prompt?
So because you're confusing a prompt with orders.
But see that. So what I'm saying is, we know what a prompt is based on what the anime showed us. There's no direction of orders or someone's.
So what I'm saying,
directing, because he gets the same orders. Kill these 5 people. These humans are now trying to kill you. Kill these 7. He didn't have that prompt before, but then he did.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why you're saying like somehow now it's orders like this.
No, because the quote unquote prompt that you're talking about that Tusk got is the only thing he's been hearing in his head the whole time. So I'm not saying that he's literally an NPC where he never existed any place else. I'm saying that
I'm
saying that he was taken from somewhere else and was put in this position, given these powers, and from that point on, he was Tusk or whatever his name was in the actual thing, and he had one job, which was to hunt humans.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah.
But the
and
difference
kill human,
between
kill human. Yeah.
yeah, the difference between and how he went about it was his own business, right? The difference between those quote unquote prompts and what Jinwoo gets is that Jinwoo gets quests. So in
Yeah,
those
but all I'm
quests,
saying is we don't know if they get quests. That's what I'm keep
what
running
I'm
back
saying is
to.
that they don't. That's what I'm saying.
And I don't. And what that's the disconnect because I'm saying you're just saying they don't
We don't
based
have
on
enough.
nothing.
No, you're saying that they do or they
No,
could based
that's
on
not what I'm
nothing.
saying,
You're
G.
saying that they could
No,
based
that's
on
not what I
the
just
wrong
said.
thing.
That's literally not. I
No.
literally said we do not know.
Yeah. We don't.
That's literally
No, I'm
we
saying.
do not know.
I know. What
What
I'm
are you
saying.
saying? You just
Let me cook. What I'm saying is that. They. I'm saying that it's a different thing. Like I'm saying, it's a completely different thing than being a player.
yeah.
And
I know that.
you're saying that it's a possibility that they are players. But what I'm
Yes.
saying is that
Yes, that's all I'm saying.
what I'm saying is that doesn't make sense.
Okay, I get that. That's all we're talking about. That's
That's
all.
all I'm trying to say, bro. That's all I'm
Yeah.
trying to say. So, with that being said, there's a difference between a prompt and a quest. Players get quests, players get objectives, players get bonus. Tusk and had one thing playing back in their heads constantly. That doesn't scream player to me. That screams mind controlled pawn. And that's the only point I'm trying to make.
I got it.
All right.
I that's what I was saying. It just felt like you were throwing in words in my mouth.
No,
But it's
I
clearly
wasn't.
multiple times I've never said that. Like
Yeah.
I was like, why do you keep saying this and that? I was like, that's not what I'm saying
I
multiple
tend to
times.
do this, and I realize this as we've done pods where it's like we get to impasses like this, where it's like, this behind the curtain, y'all, where it's like I start debating not necessarily what you're saying, but because when you're saying you don't know, to me that's saying that the opposite of what I'm saying. When you're not.
Yeah. All I'm saying is literally we don't have enough information to rule them out as a player, but we know for sure they are getting something different than a normal NPC or normal hunter. That's more similar to the main character that we do know is a player.
Right.
And there's a reason why the Soul Card Game Master is blocking out these specific people's words and stuff. So clearly they're more important than a normal boss that they defeat.
Right.
Like sometimes the bosses are just normal bosses.
Yeah.
Compared to these specific unique people. And it's kind of like if you don't call them players, well, they got to be something, and I think it's definitely going to be revealed. Like the demon chick is just random.
Yeah,
she's not really fighting. She's not anything.
Right, but it's like it depends on who has a personality or not. Is because like the main boss, like got his name already.
Well, her dad doesn't reveal anything.
I know, but I'm saying like the purple guy that he fought at the end doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything at all. So that could be enough for him. Whereas like the other dude, Tusk, had an ego in what he was doing, and maybe that's because he was a orc. Maybe it depends on the what do you call it?
Hey,
like
bro.
The build, whatever. But like the
intelligence or intellect type orc, so he could speak.
Yeah. So like it's like a different thing. So yeah. So for anybody that's listening to that whole conversation, that's what happens when I'm hearing something that Chris is not saying. But because it's not what I'm saying, I'm taking it as he's saying the thing that I think is wrong.
I get what you're saying. I think where we went off was I was fine with them not having portals, but if they did have portals, then solo leveling overall gets really confusing because then it does feel like realms just invading realms, aka sort of like what could happen in God of War, where another realm is just attacking another realm. But because we only know Earth's version, Earth is just saying portals appear on Earth. If we don't close them, they pour in. But we don't get a version of that in the anime yet. That we see a different world getting invaded by humans, because technically in every scenario, the portal opened, the humans walked through it to close it before. So it just makes it seem like a closed an instance, which makes sense if the ultimate bad guy, like what G was saying, is taking these people from a real life world, placing them in these instances, knowing that a portal is going to open, and he's just hoping that the humans can't close it to invade Earth. But then it becomes why, like, it doesn't right now in the anime. It does not seem like there's anything valuable on Earth. It seems like there's way more stuff valuable in the portals, and especially the demon world, where they were waiting
the stuff
for
that
a
they're
war.
Getting from the portals powers society essentially. Like all the items that they recover powers their world. So it's like, as much as it's like we don't want them to come through, we also need to go through there for those resources as well. But
and and just hypothetically, because I know this one's going really long, but it's interesting. Like if there was a hunter guild that was building something really bad on Earth, and then they're just trying to invade it to stop this bad hunter, I'm just still like, that's another question of like, what, like what, where are we going with this? Because it just,
the only reason why I say it's hard to say that it's a revolving door or like a two-way door or whatever is because the monsters that come through aren't of high intelligence all the time, especially on the lower ones where they're just like foxes and wolves and stuff like that, or goblins and stuff like. But the thing is, like, the human world's weapons don't work against them, so because they're magic. So it's like it's just like a confusing thing. But the only reason why I wanted to reiterate it, because it's like because I think this is a good like thing to bring up as far as like how people interact, because I watch a lot of podcasts, so it's like we were literally talking past each other in a sense, and I don't want people to be like, oh, they beefing.
No, that's how we talk.
That's how we talk. Where it's like Chris will be saying something, I'll be saying something, and it's just like, nah. But what you're saying to me says that you're telling me that I'm wrong, and I'm saying that I'm right. So it's like basically, I came to a conclusion, but Chris is still has it open ended.
I just don't do a good job of saying like, this part of your argument I'm 100% agreeing with, so we can like move past that. In my mind, I'm kind of like, yeah, you're right there. Like, I get what you're saying there. We're good on that.
When you say it, I don't believe you. That'd be the thing. It's like when you say it, it's like, nah, I'm gonna say it again. He gonna get it. Like, I want you to understand, you know? So that's all it is. But it's always fun when it happens though, because it's like you never know where the how far we're gonna get.
And unfortunately, like you was saying, I have read ahead, and I've done my very, very best. But man, after this convo, I gotta know now, G. I don't think I can hold back. I don't think I can hold back, because just our conversation about the portals, where they lead to, is that a player or not? Because my main thing on the podcast I want to talk about was literally the prompt stuff. Like that it's just always so random and makes no sense. And now that we've got our hypotheticals out, I need to know the answer, bro. I need to know, because it still doesn't make sense. It still doesn't make sense.
When you said there's multiple players and you're not talking about humans, I was like, wait, what? I was like, that's like
yeah, because it reminds me of some type of like battle royale thing where that someone like gave a player ability to multiple races and is trying to figure out who's like the ultimate player, you know?
It's like, yeah, like this conversation was like when I'm watching Blue Lock right now, and Blue Lock when Isagi is trying to level up essentially, and you could see his like he literally like his skull freaking turns into a puzzle and explodes, and it's like slowly coming back together, and that's what I was trying to do, because like when Chris said that, I was like, I wasn't even in my brain. I'm like, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm like, wait, what? Like,
Yeah.
there's a possibility, and then I was like, nah.
Yeah.
So
because
let us know what y'all think in the comments too, because it's theories galore, bro. It's theories galore
for sure. Because everything there for sure is definitely like a game master. I think that's just a definite.
And we said that earlier.
100%.
Yeah. We're on the same track with that for sure.
But why? I have no idea. And unfortunately for this pod, I'm gonna know in a week. I'm gonna know in a week, bro. Like after today, I'm like, I'm gonna just have to. I'm about to bite the bullet.
How you do it? How you do it, bro?
I ain't gonna lie. After this episode, I kind of do wish I didn't read ahead, because it was that lit. It was so good. Even when the rain effects came in, I was like, yo, this is even better. When I read it, I was like, yo, that was so tough. But watching it, I was like, dang, it was even it's 1,000% better. So
last thing before we get out of here, as a Path of Exile player, like, how do you see it relating to that at all, if at all? Like
his build kind of sucked, but he OP.
Yeah, okay.
He OP.
Okay,
like
that's what I was wondering.
It kind of looks like he stumbled at first, but it just makes sense that hey, he's figuring it out and he's making it work with whatever build he's going for.
Yeah,
and to see the utilization of the new skills he gets is kind of crazy, because every single time he gets a level up, compared to his contemporaries right now, which we don't even know their full powers, it's just kind of like, yo, he gonna beat y'all. Like, the Fire Master, the Emperor of Flame, I can't remember what they call him.
The ultimate weapon.
The ultimate weapon, bro. You are not the ultimate weapon at this point. Like, I might have Tusk on you.
That's what I'm saying. Because even when he was talking about Tusk, it reminded me of. It reminded me of the ultimate weapon, aka the red-haired guild master for the Hunters Guild, where he said, for y'all mages, like once you get rid of all your subordinates, y'all are weak. Like you're nothing. And then the dude asked him, was like, well, do you think you could have cleared a to S tier dungeon all by yourself? He's like, we need to get that guy on our team.
And that's the weird thing about Solo Leveling. It's like, this guy is this strong because they make it clear that these dudes do have limitations, and it's just like, how far are we pushing it if this dude already beat the freaking Demon King?
And like,
and it's not even like the Demon King.
I was gonna say, what is the like peak for an A tier or S tier
an S tier? Yeah, what is the peak?
Like, what is the peak? Does it look different for each one of them, or is it just like, you got 150 strength, and if anything goes above 150 strength, you can't do nothing to them? You know?
Yeah, and especially that we know about this island, because it doesn't make sense that they didn't close it. If they had S tiers, like, what does that mean? I don't know, and I need to find out.
Or it's a situation where they weren't even aware that there was a portal there for a long time, and it's like a Jurassic Park type situation where it's like these dinosaurs have been here for a minute, because like, what if the ants are just the first level of evolution, where it's like, damn, we didn't even see what other kind of animals they got.
That makes sense, because they're flying now.
And
maybe they never knew, and they were just what if they were solo leveling, bro? The ants are solo levelers too. The ants are the players.
Oh my gosh, bro. But you got anything else? We ran extra long today. It's 1:30 already.
No, I just definitely think this is a gem of an anime, and you did say something. There is some aura farming in this, but I don't care. It's really good. And animation's amazing. And probably the next time we talk about it, I'll already have known everything. But it just feels like after this episode, like we're going to crazy levels, So that's really exciting. And I just can't wait to see how it shapes up, how it fits in the years to come, because this is pretty good, man. This is pretty good. I know you talked about it for a while on the pod, but now that I've seen it, season 2 is crazy. Season 2 is crazy.
That, bro.
They leveled up.
Run.
Especially from like episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like we're at a totally different level now.
Yeah. Like the poster don't even make sense. Like when they show a picture of what he used to look like and what he looks like now, I'm like, yo, these are totally different people, bro. Like,
update it, please.
And it's like,
please. It's confusing.
His sister got me geeked, bro. Because she's just a kid, bro. She's like, I guess boys still keep growing.
He's that's so delusional.
Bro. I was like, yo,
this man is like the like main character is like no longer. This guy looks way better, stronger, tougher. The little smoldering eye look, and I'm like, yo, what? He's a problem. He's a problem.
It's like, yo, he pop up on TV. The only thing that pops up on TV, and it gets labeled as the 10th S rank hunter, and all you had to say is like, why didn't you tell me you was going on TV? That's the first thing that you say. I'm like,
nah, we famous. We got money now.
Lit. Where the bread at though? You know what I'm saying? Where's it at? Like,
yeah, I guess he's not getting paid yet.
Not yet. But yeah, man, let us know what y'all think about Solo Leveling in the comment section below. Let us know how many players you think they are. You know, that's the real question, right?
Oh, I would bet 2. I think the final boss is a player for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say 3.
Ooh.
And the third one is his dad.
Dang it. We didn't talk about that. Oh, well.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing to talk about. I said a little bit about it earlier.
Yeah,
it's like, we don't know where he at right now.
Yeah, what's he doing?
You know, like how did he even get in America? You know?
And something's serious about him. He got
lost. He got lost in the realm that got closed behind him. So it's like, okay, how you survive over there, bro? So I need to know that. That's the main thing I'm curious about. Yeah. So it's like, damn, he was supposed to be the one. Bum leg. Gotta send him back. You know what I'm saying? He got a son? Oh, okay. Bet. You know, let's see if he got the chops. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, just let us know what you thought. And what you geeked about, bro?
Man, not the best week for me.
I'm
stuck on Love is Blind.
Dang, it's still going?
No.
Season 8?
It's season 8.
Dang, for real?
I think it's 2. I'm pretty positive season 8. I think there's 2 more weeks of it. So new episodes come out this week, and then another set of episodes, and then maybe it's a reunion.
Okay.
But it's just so long, bro. And I'm just like, I'm not feeling this season. But I gotta finish it.
Have you liked the other ones?
Sometimes. I kind of get sometimes with these types of shows, these dating shows or whatever.
Yeah.
Depending on who the characters are. Yeah. If they don't have good characters or good like dynamic or good or like messiness, I guess that's the word. It's just not that great. And this one is just kind of bland. But I'm gonna finish it up. And let's see, there was something else that I really, really wanted to watch.
The Combine?
That's it. The Combine is this week. I only started on my team. GM, listening to GM, seeing what they think, because this is the groundwork week. This is the week where
Magic got cooking over there, bro.
I know. We need it. Whatever Magic go.
Bro called it though. He called it, bro. I can't cap. He called it when he said it's like, yo, this is a different team, different organization, and we here to win. I said, yo, get out of here, bro. What they do? They start winning. I said, no.
But it's just, finally my team's in a different spot where they're not looking for a quarterback this draft.
Mm-hmm.
They're not gonna surprise us. And hopefully a trade goes down before the Combine to make it a little bit more spicy, and then we get some interviews. And I know Shador already said he's not going to throw at the Combine, but I'm interested to see his interviews.
Big talking point this week.
Yeah, I always love listening to quarterback interviews. They're so good. So I'll probably listen to Hunter, Shador, Ward, and Carter's interviews wherever they go, wherever they speak at the podiums. And I just can't wait to see these mind games. What lies come out, man? It's just so exciting to see like the Cowboys don't like Genty
I'm
or
already
something.
seeing McMillan falling down the board, bro.
I saw that too, bro.
Like,
That's kind of crazy, but okay.
They
Y'all
trying to
do
trick
you.
us, bro.
I swear.
I'm
This is
like,
where
what
they plant the
happened?
seeds.
I'm like, what
They
happened?
say, hey, we don't like tall receivers that catch everything.
Yeah. No more X's, bro. No more
So
X's.
I just can't wait to hear the official rumor that Travis Hunter's going number 1 overall, just so someone can be like, yeah, never mind. Let's trade with them real quick and get Shador or something like that. Because
Youngins really be chatting about these quarterbacks though, because it was like every team is like, "Ooh, do we trade up and go get Cam Moore?" And I'm like, "Bro, y'all not gonna be able to do that, bro." Like,
yeah,
y'all will be on the receiving end of that. They're gonna call you. Like, you're not calling them; they calling you.
And to be honest, I do not know what them Brownies are gonna do. Them Browns, that whole situation is.
I think they go Travis Hunter.
I kind of do too.
Two lockdown corners. One last year, Myles Garrett. Go get a crazy package from him.
I think so.
Get a veteran quarterback. That's
you just get the dynamic player, and if he doesn't work out, then you're just bad next year, and you get a quarterback. Then
Arch Manning.
You get Arch Manning because their situation just looks horrible. It's looking sticky.
What's crazy is the Pittsburgh Steelers got 2 free agent quarterbacks, bro.
Yeah, no quarterback. No quarterback right now.
Come on, Jeff. Come on,
Danny Dimes to the Steelers, but that's what I'm geeked about. What you geeked about, G?
I'm geeked about. I've been watching some. I watched Malcolm. Look, you doing this? I watched Malcolm X the other day. Now, his is like this though, right? So
he does it too.
Yeah. I watched Malcolm X, and now I'm about to watch Marshall. I'm not a big biopic person.
I know. I was about to ask. I was like,
I think the season is getting me, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You want to watch something?
Black History Month. I'm like, man, I'm out to go watch it. I ain't watch it yet. So, I mean, I watched Malcolm X a long time ago, but I ain't watched Marshall.
Yeah.
So it's like Chadwick. I'm like, no. So, probably gonna watch that. I've been waiting for like there was nothing that really dropped in theaters that I wanted to see like outright. Like I'm gonna see the scary movie. I forgot what it's called. Heart Eyes.
Monkey.
No, not Monkey. Yeah. I'm not watching Monkey. No. Well, Heart Eyes looks fun, but I don't think I could watch that in the theater, bro. That's too spooky for me. But there's something that's about to come out, and I can't think about it. I know. Oh, Daredevil. Daredevil comes out on the 4th.
Oh, it is that close.
Yeah, they just dropped the trailer for it. So yeah, I'm super excited for that show come out. And then I just been playing God of War, bruh. And I put it on the hardest difficulty I could. And I'm getting bodied.
Yeah. I know when you jumped it up, it was like, uh-oh.
I went from 2
you're making it, though.
to like 25 in 2 streams.
Yeah. In 2 streams, yeah.
You know? My whole thing is like, man, can I get under 1,000?
For sure. Like, I don't think you'd hit like 1.
How do people get to 1,000, bro? You know?
That's
and I
crazy.
guess it's like they just first time playing that kind of game. I don't know. But I'm just like, dang, I don't want to get, because I know that Valkyrie took me 4 hours to beat. That was at least like 250 deaths, probably, something crazy like that. Like,
you think so?
I don't know, because it could go fast, bro. Like, I remember I'll get to a point where it's like, I was at 20. I'm like, I got it this time. I figured it out, you know? And then it's like, boom, die in 2 seconds. And I'm like, wait, nah, I got it. Died another 2 seconds. I'm like, that was 2 deaths in less than a minute.
Yeah.
What happened? You know? So, but I'm enjoying the game. I'm not rocking with Tier. And young Trey is the man, bro. Young Trey is the man. And freaking Kratos. W dad, bro. Spending quality time. You know what I'm saying? Before Ragnarok. Like, better late than never. You know what I'm saying? But that's all I've really been on for real. You know? Oh. Last gaming news, bro. The streak is over. The national championship streak is over, bro. Lost to Oregon. My last what's it called? I went like I think 5 or 6 straight, and we lost in the national championship to Oregon, bro. And they just had every answer for me, bro. They had every. I was like, yo, nothing is working, and I had a chance, but I rushed it, bro. I rushed it, and they was starting to sell me. But you know what it is, bro? It was my line. I only had 2 star linemen that year. We was in the middle of a rebuild. We lost our linemen the year before. And I'm realizing that, like, you know how they say the NBA is dying and stuff like that? They've been saying that for a minute.
For sure.
I realized, like, for me, I think, because I've never been a big, hour and 45 minutes in, bro. If you still listen to this, shout out to you, bro.
Hey.
You know, I've never, like, really enjoyed watching the game outside of like the finals, like unless it's like an important game or if my team is good, and my team ain't been good in a minute. So I realized like basketball for me is probably like the funnest, like my favorite sport, because it's the funnest sport to play. Versus like I think like football is the most interesting sport because of all the moving pieces and what it takes to make a good team and stuff like that, like roster management and all this stuff. It's like so many things that you could talk about, right? But then soccer is probably like the most thrilling and entertaining of like the big 3. Or I guess baseball's in the, I guess it's a big 4, right? At least in America.
Sure. At least in America,
you know? So, yeah, baseball is just like, nah.
Baseball stuff, World Series for me.
Yeah, it's like that's the only thing you worried about, and just like the big money. See who's paying attention to that. You know, who's signing for the big contracts. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but that's it. That's all I got. If you enjoyed this episode, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to see more, we're here every Wednesday. And we'll see y'all next week. Stay geeked. Peace.
Later, y'all.